The afternoon sun painted the sky in soft shades of orange and pink as Timmy wandered along the shore with his little red bucket in hand. The salty breeze ruffled his hair, and the waves lapped gently at his feet. It was his favorite time of day when the beach began to grow quieter and the world seemed to slow down. But something felt different that evening. The sand was marked with odd trails, wobbly, uneven lines that led from the water up the beach. Curious, Timmy followed them. At the end of one winding trail, he saw a cluster of turtles, small, round, and looking terribly exhausted. Their shells glistened under the fading sunlight, but their tiny heads drooped, and their flippers moved sluggishly, leaving shallow grooves in the sand. Timmy knelt down, his eyes wide with concern. "Hey, little guys. What's wrong?" he asked softly. The largest of the turtles, who had a shell with a golden tint, lifted her head. Her voice was slow and gentle, like the waves themselves. "We've been swimming for days, little one, looking for a place to rest. But the beaches are full, the rocks are sharp, and we are so very tired." Timmy's heart tightened. He looked up and down the beach, and indeed, there were fishermen's nets, scattered trash, and noisy seagulls in many spots. "You can rest here," Timmy offered. The golden-shelled turtle shook her head. "It's not just about resting. We need a safe place, soft, quiet, and away from danger. Without it, we cannot regain our strength to journey home." Timmy sat in the sand, thinking. He didn't know much about turtles, except that they were slow and gentle, but he knew he couldn't leave them like this. "I'll help you," he declared, his eyes shining. "We'll find you the perfect place." And so, their little adventure began. Timmy walked ahead, scanning the shoreline while the turtles followed in a slow, determined line. Every few minutes, they had to stop so the turtles could catch their breath. Timmy wanted to rush, but something about their unhurried pace made him slow down, too. The world felt different when he matched their rhythm, calmer, more peaceful. They came to a cluster of big flat rocks. Timmy thought it might be nice, the view was beautiful, but the turtles shook their heads. "Too hard," one whispered. "We need sand that cradles our shells." Farther along, they found a patch of beach, covered in tall grass. It looked cozy at first, but a sudden gust sent the grass rattling and bending, startling the turtles. "Too noisy," another turtle murmured, tucking into his shell. The sun dipped lower, and Timmy began to worry. "We have to find it soon," he said. The golden-shelled turtle gave him a patient smile. "We will. Sometimes, the best things take time." Her words stayed with him as they kept searching. The boy started noticing things he'd never paid attention to before, the way the water shimmered gold under the setting sun, how the sand changed texture with every few steps, and how the wind carried the scent of faraway flowers when it shifted direction. Finally, as twilight brushed the sky with purples and blues, Timmy spotted a small cove hidden behind a curve of rocks. The water there was calm, with no crashing waves, and the sand was soft as flour under his toes. The cove was shielded from the wind, and the only sound was the gentle hush of water meeting shore. "This," Timmy whispered. "This might be it." The turtles shuffled forward, their tired flippers making faint swishes in the sand. One by one, they tested the spot, digging little hollows, lying down, feeling the cool shade. Slowly, smiles spread across their tiny faces. "It's perfect," the golden-shelled turtle said, her voice warm with relief. "You have given us a place to rest, Timmy. You have given us time to heal." Timmy beamed. "I'm just glad you're safe now." The turtles began to settle in, some curling up together, others gazing quietly at the moon that had just risen. Timmy sat with them, listening to the steady rhythm of the water. Hours seemed to melt away in that peaceful place. Before he left, the golden-shelled turtle called him over. She looked at him with kind, wise eyes. "Remember this, little one. In a world that rushes, sometimes the greatest kindness is to slow down for yourself and for others. Patience is the tide that brings peace." Timmy nodded, tucking her words into his heart. He waved goodbye and began the slow walk home under the silver moonlight, feeling lighter somehow, as if he'd learned a secret the whole world had forgotten. The next day, he returned to the cove with fresh seaweed for the turtles. He found them stronger, livelier, their shells glistening in the sunlight. They greeted him with happy splashes and gentle nudges. For days afterward, Timmy visited the cove. Sometimes they talked. Sometimes they simply sat in silence, watching the world together. And slowly, Timmy realized that their friendship wasn't just about helping them, it was about what they were teaching him in return. He no longer rushed through his days. He noticed the small things, the way the morning dew sparkled, the sound of tiny crabs scurrying in the sand, the feeling of the warm sun on his skin. One evening, weeks later, the golden-shelled turtle told him it was time for them to go home. "Our strength has returned," she said, "but we will never forget the boy who gave us patience and rest." Timmy tried to smile, but a lump rose in his throat. "Will I ever see you again?" She tilted her head thoughtfully. "Perhaps. The sea has a way of bringing friends together." With that, the turtles made their way into the gentle waves. Timmy watched them disappear into the vast ocean, their shells glinting like coins in the fading light. The beach felt quieter without them, but Timmy carried their lesson wherever he went. Years later, long after that summer had passed, Timmy, now taller and older, would still find himself pausing in busy moments, breathing deeply, and remembering a hidden cove where the world slowed down. And sometimes, on warm evenings, he swore he could see little trails in the sand, leading from the water up the beach, as if the tired turtles had come back to rest once more. Because some friendships, like the tide, always find their way home.